is why it's worthwhile.
2 players on Aurora are low HP, so this is still doable for Big. That's a great Molotov. That's going to clear Kenzie out. He's got to take the peek, and it will be the Molotov to take him down. Now a 3v3. I love this. Norway's going to get boosted up, hoping to catch one of these players off guard at the elevated angle. Looking for the headshot. He's got it. 2 more to go here as they try to just hold things down, let the time dwindle, and it's done. Aurora with another eco win, this time on the T side. And just not a lot. Keto maybe gets a little too aggressive. He was taking his chances there with the M4A4 spray through the smoke and gets caught out. Aurora, they just flood in, grab some rifles, and hold it down.
I mean, it's a bit unlucky for Keto that the M4 spam does literally nothing. Like, he doesn't even hit anyone. He doesn't get any indication that there's players there, so he doesn't have any reason to be aware of that fact, or to be cognizant of the idea that he could get pushed off the back of the flashbang. So it's a little bit unlucky for Keto in general there, but the way that they played that post plant was superb for Aurora. Just realizing that they had to take the heads up fights and then working around Norway getting those trades after they got the free kill on the boosted individual. Norway just moving, dancing around the pillar towards backside and makes every single gunfight their own. It's just trade after trade after trade. Big, really, they didn't do anything wrong there on the retake. They just got outplayed.
Yeah, and you know, Norway, he might not be lighting the scoreboard up by any means, but it feels like when we are spectating him or watching him play, he's getting some very big impact frags when they need him to in that post plant. Doing a great job of working with his teammates to take those fights. And now Aurora, we thought that Big were starting to kind of widen the gap here. Make it a little bit more difficult for Aurora to come back, but now it's Aurora within one once more. And Big kind of on the back foot here. A couple M4s, but that's about the best weaponry. It's an interesting boost, and Lackey spots it out, so he knows there's one more player still here. He'll just sit behind the smoke. No reason to rush things, or maybe Norway will just take things into his own hands, pushing all the way through. And just holding this confidence.
Yeah, I mean, when they had the advantage, it kind of makes sense to push it. Maybe you could argue a bit of a dangerous play is taking that space going through the smoke, but it works out beautifully, and Big are giving this up. They aren't even attempting a retake. And this is why it can be so effective to take that decision to go for the aggressive take towards the site, is because if they don't actually have a third player towards B, you've essentially won the round by locking them out. And Big, well, unfortunately, the victims of that, as you said, Big maybe taking back some of the lead. Well, no, it's all equalized.
Just like that. Snap of your fingers, and here we are at 10-10. Of course, Big, they invested pretty much everything here, so Aurora not too keen to go for the hunt. They'll be allowed to save those weapons, but still, it's not going to be ideal by any means. Quick play towards B, quick pick from Lackey, that's all they need. So we'll see what Big can do in response here. Aurora, they picked up a couple of ecos.
Gonna half buy here, or not even, well, sort of half buy.
Yes.
Hyped has got the Mag 7 that I think was dropped by somebody with a little extra money. Point is, they kept 2,000 on everybody, so they're buying next round regardless of the outcome here.
And we'll see Hyped take the exact same position we saw Norway did on their CT half.
Oh boy.
This could get sticky. Hyped. Oh, great clear from Lackey. That's the shotgun out of the equation. And now if they throw the CT smoke down, they've cut off these rotations, at least for the moment. Keto hiding on the site, hopefully not getting checked early on here. Good flashbang, but no confirmed kills off the swing through the CT spawn smoke. That being said, Keto good for one, and that'll be enough for Aurora to completely cancel this take and book it down mid.
They don't have any positioning here actually towards A. They're running it down, but they don't know that this is clear. They've got to be concerned. And, well, that concern it turns into a real issue with Townsend finding that kill, and now Crimbo on the site, 5-7 in hand. This is where you can find a multi-frag as Crimbo steps up to the first plate. McKenzie quick to the trade, keeps it even, but only temporary with Favin inside of the smoke on Moto. Kinsey now has to clutch, and it's a 1v1. Fake of the plant, and Kinsey has the connection. He's been fantastic this whole tournament, and he's got a quad kill in that round to boot, giving Aurora the lead.
And you need those clutch rounds against a team like Big if you are Aurora. Really a huge kill. 2 of them actually ended up being through the smoke. And that clutches it for his team at the end of the day. You need those individual highlight plays if you want a chance against these guys. And Aurora, a big round for them to pick up. Nevertheless, that was big, knowing that they're going to have a bye in the next round anyway, so I'm sure they're not too bummed out by that. It's still not the greatest buy in the world. Lack of utility on a couple players, and to FAMAS as well. But look at this pace change from Aurora. They're already up brackets, and through the arch side they go. Smoking off Library. It's a good counter flash. But Lackey, he's got the trade.
They just paused. It stalled for a moment to allow these players here to walk in, walk through. Lackey with the first adjustment. Crimbo needed that shot, but he doesn't get it. It's Tito alone. Position known, nor are we low. The op, good. It's Laddie again stepping up. It's another round for Aurora, and this is what I talked about in the pre-show. Danny, it's so cool to watch Aurora play because they do this so well. It's slow, steady. Not even that slow in this map. They've just kind of taken Banana at about a minute or so on the clock. Now, they're a minute 30. They're just in the CT spawn, basically. They have all the
exactly.
fragments.
It does seem like they're very good at controlling the pace of the rounds. They know when to speed it up, they know when to slow it down, and it works out perfectly there. There were a couple kills that if they had gone Big's way, they could have won that round. But Aurora, they stand strong, and they've pushed Big onto another save. This is going to be tough for Big now, as Aurora get ever closer. Trying to steal Inferno away here from Big, and we mentioned before the game even started here, that if Aurora win Inferno, we go to a nuke that Aurora don't lose very often.
Yeah, statistically, they've only been losing against teams that are top 10, really. You can see, look at the flash. That'll allow them to get out. There's still a player on the site. That's going to be Crimbo. Talked about that 5-7 in that position before, but before he had 1. This time he gets 0. The rest of the B stack is now, well, saving, I guess. I thought maybe they would elect to try and go for this, but I guess, to be fair, CT's not economy. This is fully reasonable. Why throw away, especially that $650 Kevlar when you don't have to?
Yeah, some nades as well, so totally respect the decision. That's how Inferno can be, and unfortunately for Big, the gamble stack does not pay off this time around. Aurora, they'll get 1 for free with just that 1 frag from Kenzie. And they're actually going for some hunts as well. They're not going to make it easy. I mean, Lackey's poking his head in, but they're also not totally committing to anything. Just trying to make life a little more difficult for Big. It's going to be 13 for Aurora. And Big running out of chances here. They'll have the full buy here in the next round. But if they lose that one, things are going to be somewhat desperation mode for them, I would say.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Aurora have really turned up the heat in the right time on the right side. And Big, part of the trouble with being like a good CT side team is just, in general, you can be as good as you want. But if you start to get economically pressured, it's just so difficult to find success because you just don't have the weaponry or utility to do so that often. But as you mentioned, though, this round, it's a big turning point for the Big squad. They need it. They need it bad. Otherwise, 14 for Aurora. I like that Aurora have again elected to change things up a little bit. They've maybe